You were talking about Martin Luther King Jr. and said that he has a troubled past and that the Civil Rights Act of the 1960s was a, quote, horrible mistake on the part of the U.S. government. Can you talk about that a little more?
Yeah, sure, but did they tell you why that makes them unsafe?
Yes, their opinion is that, and again, speaking on behalf of them, is that if you host this rhetoric, speaking negatively against the Civil Rights Act that is ending segregation, that there may be actions taken because of that belief that you have.
Right, but I'm going to explain that, but did you ask them that, wait, so different opinions make people feel unsafe at FSU?
They believe
that's
that
their
it has a greater movement behind it, yes.
Right. So as far as what I said, yes. I mean, Martin Luther King, happy to go into it, very troubled past, well-known rapist, all that sort of stuff, right?
All right, that's a very tough debate, debating, with this LIB, student. But nevertheless, let's continue with this video.
Hello, thank you, Charlie, for being here today. We're with an independent FSU news organization, so just want to appreciate the fact that you guys have spent the time to be here. My question is in regards to the FSU chapter of the NAACP released a statement saying that this event was hateful, inspiring violence to Black, LGBTQ, and marginalized students on campus. How do you feel about this comment?
I mean, lies don't bother me, so... But yeah, I mean, did you follow up and ask them what their evidence was?
Yes, they're quoting in particular an event that you went to December 2023, America Fest. You were talking about Martin Luther King.
I hosted it, actually.
Okay, perfect. You were talking about Martin Luther King Jr. and said that he has a troubled past and that the Civil Rights Act of the 1960s was a, quote, horrible mistake on the part of the U.S. government. Can you talk about that a little more?
Yeah, sure, but did they tell you why that makes them unsafe?
Yes, their opinion is that, and again, speaking on behalf of them, is that if you host this rhetoric, speaking negatively against the Civil Rights Act that is ending segregation, that there may be actions taken because of that belief that you have.
Right, but I'm going to explain that, but did you ask them that, wait, so different opinions make people feel unsafe at FSU?
They believe that it has a greater movement behind it, yes.
Right, so did you ask them, like, are you a child? Are you, like, an adult? And that's an insane thing to say. So a guy comes on campus and has a different worldview, and it makes people feel unsafe.
I guess to them, yes.
Okay, I mean, they're the ones you should be going to ask the question of. Let me be very clear. The world is a really dangerous place where lots of people have different ideas, and just because someone comes and has a voluntary event and has different perspectives should make you feel unsafe. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so we agree. As far as what I said, yes. I mean, Martin Luther King, happy to go into it, very troubled past, well-known rapist, all that sort of stuff, right? However, on the other side, the Civil Rights Act, I've done this so many times, happy to do it again, went ending segregation good, going so as far to create a permanent affirmative action, basically diversity, equity, inclusion, Leviathan within the Department of Justice that is now being used to put men in female locker rooms and men in female sports, of which the Civil Rights Act is a far overextension above its original intent. I point everyone to a book called Age of Entitlement. That's the best book that I'll reference on that. And let me just add one final thing. Do you know of one instance where the NAACP has spoken out against the lack of fathers in Black homes in Tallahassee?
I can't speak on anything.
So that's interesting. So the NAACP will make this huge thing saying Charlie Kirk is dangerous and unsafe, and yet they won't go to the Black community, hey, we need more dads. Newsflash, dads not being around in Black communities is a much bigger threat to the livelihood of Black America than Charlie Kirk coming to Florida State University for 3 hours. So maybe the NAACP should stop trying to keep on ginning up this mythology of racism in the country and go after some of the core issues of what's been driving this country and Black America towards worse and worse socioeconomic results. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
That's a tough one, of course, listening to Charlie, of course, explaining, what he said, concerning Martin Luther King, that people think that, that he is racist or whatever he is saying, he is targeting, the LGBTQ, and then also the works that Martin Luther King, actually did for the Black people in America. Nevertheless, of course, he at least have the opportunity to be able to make this clarification. And if you listen to him, of course, you understand, you understand that if you want to make society, you understand, better, then you this says that he that wants, you understand, equity must go, you understand, with a clean hand. So if maybe probably, of course, we all know the good work of Martin Luther King. Of course, we were not there, but of course, we read, you understand, in books some of the good works that he did, you understand, when he was alive, when it comes to ending of slavery and then right of these black, you understand, people, you understand, in America. No doubt about it that he has done a lot, but nevertheless, people tend to have, you understand, their own past. Maybe probably him being a rapist, you understand, was not a good thing. We are not supporting that, but of course, we try to look at, you understand, the good things, you understand, that he does, you understand. But nevertheless, when you look at it, you understand, based on the American, you understand, values and how the founding fathers decide to build this very country, I believe that they built this country, you understand, based on the God, you understand, principle, and then that is why they decide to come together, you understand, as a nation. So it means that as you find yourself, you understand, here in America, of course, seeking a greener pasture, it means that you must have come here, you understand, for a particular thing. Everybody that comes here always have their own reasons why they are here. But whatever happened that you find yourself, you understand, here, it means that there is a need for integration, despite the fact that you must have come from a different cultural, you understand, background. So it means that you should be able to at least integrate to the American, you understand, society, or their belief system in which this country, you understand, is being founded. Now, if you come here and then you don't want, you understand, to integrate, you don't want to follow their belief system, then there's going to be what? Be problem. And then that is the reasons why they feel that they build this country based on the God principle. And then if you come here and you're doing anything that goes against, you understand, the God principle, and then they tend to stand against it. And then that's why this says that what they don't want, you understand, men in women, you understand, sport. It's as simple as that. If you can be able to do that in your country, then remain in your country and do men in a women, you understand, sport without problem, and then and vice versa. You understand? But you find yourself in their own country, you don't expect them to practice what you think they should practice just because, you understand, you feel that, of course, that you should have, you understand, freedom of speech. Of course, you have the freedom of speech by expressing yourself, but it doesn't mean that because you express yourself means that whatever you see have to be enforced. You get the point here. So they feels that this is how their country should be. And I think that that's what that makes America different from UK. And that's what makes America different from Netherlands. That's what makes America different from Brazil. It means that they have certain things, you understand, that they do differently than other world. So as you find yourself, you understand, in America, then you have to live by its principle and not by the principle you think that it should be. You understand? Now they feels that, you understand, men finding, or men, people who are biologically born, you understand, to be male with the XY, you understand, chromosome, decide to say that they want to be women, which we all know that biologically, of course, they are people, you understand, with the XS chromosome, and they feel that no, look, we can't tolerate some of these things, you understand, in our institution, and then therefore people, you understand, should not be going about, you understand, misleading people and indoctrinating, you understand, children into believing some of these things. By so doing, of course, it means that as if you are bringing back, you understand, what had happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. And of course, they all know, you understand, the consequences of you going against the God's word. And then they feel that, no, look, we have to keep this out of our country. We cannot tolerate some of these things. And then that's why I see they go against, you understand, some of these things. It's not that something personal. It's something based on how the country was built. So if you have problem with it, then you can just remain in your country or go to the country that can be able to allow you to practice, you understand, such. But then as far as you decide that, no, look, you want to remain there, then you have to act, you understand, accordingly. And then you being a black man, and then you find yourself there, at least you get a good job opportunities, and then all those. Since America is full of opportunities, instead of you to at least, you understand, be happy and do what you need to do, and then therefore you went on, you understand, to impregnate, you understand, people with other want to take responsibilities. If you are not ready for responsibilities, then you don't have to get somebody, you understand, pregnant. You get the point. Nothing, you understand, you should not be going about, in a sense, sleeping with people, giving birth to children, refuse to take responsibilities, and then these children, you understand, will grow up, be in the street, and then therefore begin to find themselves doing things they are not supposed to do, or do things against the law. And then when they caught up with them, then therefore that's when they raise card, you understand. Then people will begin to bring out the race card, talking about, oh, racism, maybe probably the white people hate the black people, that's why they're treating it this way. No, the thing is, don't go about, you understand, doing this. It's about your take responsibilities. That's what, you understand, Charlie is saying. So if you look at it, you understand, look at the mega, you understand, program that Charlie has been held in different universities and all those things. What has he said that, you understand, that is not true? But anyway, let me even ask you that. Just put that for me, you understand, at the comment section. What did Charlie say that you think that it is wrong? Or whatever I think that wrong is doing, that I think that it is wrong? Because whatever they are doing, if you look at it and you really think, and then you don't want to be selfish and you want to be truthful to yourself, you will realize that whatever they are saying, innocent, is absolutely true. But nevertheless, let me see your thought and opinion at the comment section. I may God bless you as you do so. So have a wonderful day and goodbye.